David. And with that, welcome to 60 minutes of unscripted .NET entertainment. Our mission is to empower the .NET community to achieve more. I'm your host, Cam Soper, and I'm here with my co-host, David Pine, and we are welcoming someone who probably needs no introduction to anybody who watches .NET streams, Jeff Fritz, also known as C# Fritz, our local Twitch streamer who I think has been doing this longer than any of us. He inspired all of us to get into it. I remember like back when COVID hit, David and Scott and I all cornered him in a Teams room and said, hey, Jeff, how do you do this streaming thing? And he gave us a lot of good advice that got us on our way. And here we are like 4 years later, still doing it.
Yeah. Oh, thanks so much. Gosh, right. There's something to the live medium and what we can do with this. Look at, I'm seeing some of my regular viewers drop in here. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is great.
It's great to have you, Jeff. What are we going to be talking about today? I don't even see the notes for the show.
So
Conf, isn't it?
There's right. We got that hint, that teaser there in the start. We're going to be talking about .NET Conf. We are T-minus 4 weeks from the event, and it's getting exciting in .NET Conf Central. Let me tell you, the folks planning are going nuts, trying to get things ready, trying to get speakers all squared away with everything they need, getting local events booked and ready to go. It's going to be a fantastic event coming up in November.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I was sad I missed the deadline to submit a talk this year. I really kind of wanted to because it's my first year going to .NET Conf as not a Microsoft employee, right? I've been a Microsoft employee for years and years and years. So I was gonna try and be one of the community speakers this year, but yeah, the deadline snuck up on me and.
Hang on. Now, Cam, you're being modest here. Cam has one of the coolest, most watched .NET Conf sessions of all time because he showed us how he hooked up .NET Core to his barbecue. And it was the coolest, the just best out of the box. We're not building forms over data. We're not building a website application. Dude was literally cooking meat with C#. Okay, that's what we're talking about here, right? We're talking about
barbecue,
an amazing sauce. Okay, it was phenomenal. If you have time, go look it up. It's on the .NET channel on the YouTube. It is a tremendous session, and I think the content still stands the test of time, and you can still see how it works very well today. That's right, Corbecue. Napalm Code says there on Twitch. Yes. Yes.
That's really funny. I think Cam's probably what inspired, like, I know my kids nowadays, they're always saying so-and-so cooks. I think, no, Cam's the one that started that. Cam cooks.
Totally. Yes.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that, David. And thank you, Jeff. So, yeah, so .NET Conf. What's the date on that again this year? I know I saw it on the ad, but
November 11 through 13 is the main event. Right, we're gonna have 3 days. Day one, we're gonna be talking about .NET 10, the launch of .NET 10, and we're gonna be talking a little bit about Visual Studio 2026 to kick things off for .NET Conf. Day two, we're gonna show you all kinds of cool stuff that's going on with Visual Studio and with some of the other things around the .NET ecosystem that Microsoft makes that you can use and interact with. And of course, day three is our community day, where we want to bring in some of those folks who have really cool integrations, like cooking meat with C#. And we've got some folks that are going to be talking to us about different ways that they're building game systems, different ways that they're doing cool interactions with some things that I like to get outside the forms over data types of talks. So we've actually got some interesting talks where folks are going to be talking about things like how they're doing translation from 17th century writings into modern day English.
That's awesome.
Really cool stuff. I might even have inspired, and I took it only because of this man's fantastic session. We might have a session about .NET brewing beer coming up during Community Day.
Oh yeah.
Just saying.
Don't drink beer. Just the fact that you're taking .NET and you're doing something monitoring food production. That's totally awesome.
That is really cool. We did have a question here from our good friend Jose on YouTube. Do you think AI will still be the main topic of .NET Conf 2025?
So
I noticed you didn't mention it at all. Actually, you had a whole list of things, and AI wasn't mentioned. So that's kind of cool.
Here's the deal, right? And like let's just. I don't want to go into some inside baseball, but I'm just going to peel back the cover a little bit. We're being rated on how much, like David and I and the employees, we're all being rated on how much we deliver on several different product lines. Cloud native, deployment of .NET, deployment of Visual Studio, and AI is one of those things. So while we might not be outwardly promoting AI as a top level topic for .NET Conf, you can be sure that there's going to be a good amount of AI content in there, both showing you how you can be more productive with AI, get a lot more out of Visual Studio 2026 and the AI-based features that are built into the new tool, and build with AI. Build applications that take advantage of the language models to help you deliver features that your customers are going to be more productive, get better insights into their data and their workflows. It's that smash of all kinds of different .NET topics. AI isn't the top level topic, but it's one of the categories of content that you're going to see folks talking about throughout the 3-day event.
Yeah, I mean, because it is so like widely adopted internally at Microsoft, like it helps our productivity quite a bit. And
Definitely.
it's really, I think, changed the way that we think about how we approach problems and how we develop solutions. And I mean, so it's hard to not talk about it.
Yeah. It's affecting all of our technical careers, the entire technical community, not just .NET, not just Azure or Windows, and we hear about AI PCs and Copilot PCs. I get it; those are things, but there's a whole world of other things around that also that we still need to be aware of and productive with, and that's the breadth of content that .NET Conf strives to deliver every year. So.
Yeah, lots of comments coming in here. There's lots of questions. So we have some here. Let's jump back to this one on YouTube. Are there any reveals planned for .NET Conf? Anything that we don't know about? I don't know if we can spoil that now. If we had a reveal, maybe yes or no. I don't know. There probably
so
is.
Yeah. The question is, are there? Can we share some spoilers about the spoilers? No.
I guess, is it fair to say that there are potential things that could be spoiled?
There are potential things that could be spoiled, but there's a guy named Scott that is over here that is going to be nuts upset if I talk about that. Now, I'll let you figure out what Scott's last name is, but Scott doesn't want me to talk about those things. But yes, there are, of course, going to be some surprises. There's going to be some surprise guests. There's even a couple sessions that we're going to be landing here around some new features, and we've got a community session coming in that's going to be it's from a Microsoft subsidiary that I think some folks are going to be very happy to hear from. So. More Scots than Scotland, yes, absolutely, and just for that, we'll make sure there's some haggis around at some point. That might be a thing we can do?
I love it.
Yeah.
Team Droid on YouTube's asking, should we expect unions in C#? That's actually a good question. I haven't been following the language spec, but it's all open source. So yeah. I mean, if it's going to land, we would know about it. It's not really a secret.
This is right, David. You kind of know where we are in the planning of .NET Conf. There's a bunch of strategic stuff that you do ahead of time when you're planning an event, and then you get into the tactical of, all right, now we just got to make sure that everybody's got their stuff, their slides, the images, and all that stuff there, so that we can present. This is the time when I go back and I learn. Over the next month, here's the things that are coming out. Here's what's been in the previews, because I've been busy getting this thing ready for the last 6 months. We started planning in April.
It's crazy. Yeah, it takes a lot of work to make this all come together. So thank you for that, Jeff.
We work hard to make it look this disjointed and like it was produced in a garage. Yeah.
I don't know. I tend to disagree. I think you guys do an amazing job. I think there's.
Oh, thank you.
I applaud the effort for sure. It's always something that I tune into if I'm not actively participating in it myself. So it's awesome. I love it.
I think I was just gonna say I think it's one of the smoothest run online conferences I've seen.
It's also one of the largest.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Our viewership, I can say we go toe to toe with all of the large online events, and we're right up there. Certainly for .NET events, we're at the top of the heap. And
That's amazing. I just felt myself like wanting to say developers.
Did somebody start following? Anyways.
Oh, excitement. Anyways, all right. Yeah. So what else?
There's things that we're still working on for it. Like, I don't know if you fellas have seen. We have this this screen that we use that has all the messages that are coming in from all across social media. Right. That's an open source app that we've been building on my live streams called TagZap. And then you can find it out there. If you go to tagzap.net with a Z in it. You can find it. We've been upgrading, modernizing it, getting some new features into it. Dare I say we aspirified it?
Oh.
Got it wired up so it's using Key Vault, so it's using managed identities to make it a little bit more secure. But we're adding features into it so that there is a little bit more interactivity, and so we get some better reporting coming out the other side after the event, so that all those messages that are coming in across social media can get processed and handed off to our speakers so they can follow up with some of those folks. So there's all kinds of features that we're still frantically building over the next few weeks. And that's gonna be a lot of fun. And I love that we're building something with the community to support this community hosted and managed event.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the source code right now because that's how I roll. I'm gonna go ahead and paste the GitHub repo here and throw it up on the screen so people can check it out. So you mentioned it's open source. Is this something that like you're looking for community members to help provide?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Always looking for some help. There's a logo there that member of the community designed and shared out for us. That's great. It's a simple little logo. And this is right now just a one-off app that you can install, run in a container, and you connect it to all the social media networks you want. And then it starts consolidating and showing you, here's the insight across those social media networks for your hashtag, for your information during your Twitch stream, during your YouTube stream, so you can see what's going on there. So yeah, there's my GitHubs. So.
Oh, I spy Copilot generated commit messages.
That's right. Why not?
I use them all the time.
That's one thing I will never get mad at someone for is just clicking generate, because it's still way better than like lint or like bug fix or
WIP.
All right. Yeah. Initial bits. And that's my favorite. I always say that. Like every repo I've ever done has an initial bits, and it might be multiple times. It's like, not very helpful. It's funny.
So totally a thing. I see a couple comment here. Can we go to this comment from, is it Fong Win?
Yeah.
Yeah. Small agenda show, which will be talked at the conf. We're publishing that this week. You're going to be able to find it when you go to dotnetconf.net. It's so weird to say that domain name, but trust me, dotnet conf, conf.net. That schedule is going to be published this week. We're waiting for final confirmations from some of the speakers, and we will be posting it, and you'll be able to go through and see exactly what's being presented in your time zone. The website adjusts to show you the times in your local time zone so that you can be sure that you catch up on the content that you want to see. So that's important to us.
And if I recall correctly, there's like a calendar. Does the calendar get finite? Like you can say like, oh, I want to watch X, Y, and Z.
No, it's a save the date that just spans the 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the website's maintained by folks in the community. It's run off of a community managed GitHub account and Azure subscription. So and we integrate with folks from across the partner ecosystem. There are, I think the number right now is 22 sponsors that are supporting the event. And of course, we're going to have a code party with hijinks that folks are going to be able to tune in and see. We're going to have giveaways, swag bags. You fill out a survey for the sponsors, and they will be put you into raffles so that you can win swag bags. You can win prizes from those sponsors. those folks are actively out there promoting. There's folks that are setting up local events that are going to be talking about the content from .NET Conf. The local event signups are still going on. And some of those local events, many of those local events are going to have some cool exclusive .NET Conf swag that they're going to be giving away at their events. So that's coming up as well. We're excited. I like to think of the .NET Conf swag as something that we want to be sustainable, that you're going to use, and that shows off either .NET and .NET Conf. We want to make sure that that's visible and something that you're going to be interested in wearing or showing or whatever. And guys, I always go back to the idea of socks as swag. I don't know if you could see my .NET socks that I'm wearing today.
If I could see your socks, ooh, that'd be kind of creepy because it's like, where would I be? How would that? Do you have a camera?
So Jeff, is this your cue to hike your leg up over your desk and show us?
No, I've got feet cam. Hold on, let me bring that up right now.
That's a different channel. That's
a different channel. That's on. But. So we've got things where we don't like putting together so many things that. Wait a sec. What? No, I'm not going to pay you to get a tattoo. We've done temporary tattoos, right? The lick and stick tattoos in the past. Stickers are always good. We've given out Qi chargers, right?
Ooh,
right.
Nice.
With that plug-in. This was a few years ago. We gave these out. That's really great. It's got a .NET logo on it. There's just one problem. When I use this, it's because I've put my phone on top of it. Like now when I'm using it, you can't see it. Right. So you're going to see for those that are participating, I don't want to spoil what we're giving away, but there's going to be some cool swag that are going to be passed out there. But I did have a little bit of an idea to do a .NET Conf tattoo at one point, and I've rolled that back. That's like, don't get me wrong, I love the event, and I wanted to do some sort of a thing to promote and get to if we hit a certain number of viewers, and we haven't hit that, so I haven't had to go under the needle yet, but I've been doing a thing this year where back in April when we started planning the event, I wasn't feeling too happy about how much I weighed, right? It's kind of a personal in the reflection thing. So I wanted to lose some weight. That was something that I wanted to do. I had 7 months. I'm going to lose X number of pounds before .NET Conf. I'm not quite going to hit my goal, but I've lost 25 pounds going into this.
Wow,
like we're getting there. Let's see if I can get 5 more over the next month. So trying to get there. Not going to do a tattoo. Maybe. I don't know. I could be talked into it.
I don't know anything about tattoos, so that's
right.
Not a thing. No, the whole thing makes me think of the. Have you ever seen the picture of the guy who he's posing for the picture, but he's got this surprised look on his face right after he got the Zune tattoo on his arm?
Oops.
Yeah, look at so the day you get a tattoo is the day .NET gets renamed, right?
So the question was either a C#, the super C# tattoo, or the .NET bot tattoo. Those were the two options that I was looking at. But
that's awesome. That's cool.
Chris Funk was at a conference where there was a disc in the bag. Several people thought it was a Qi charger. Nope, mug warmer.
Nice.
But here's the thing. A Qi charger can also be a mug warmer if you have the wrong voltage cable plugged into it, right?
Yeah, interesting. So I'm actually really curious from our viewers right now. Why don't you drop a comment about some of your favorite swag that you've had through the years? I'd love to know like what people have had, what they've experienced, what they've liked, what they didn't care for. Share it in comments here.
I remember there was during MVP Summit about 15 years ago, they gave out solar phone chargers. that was something that folks loved for years.
That's really
That
cool.
was a really good one.
We've given out about how that would work. Like, how big would the panel have to be?
It was a panel that was on the back of it. There was so literally if you were outside and you had your phone down so that it would charge. So cards, dominoes, game kit. Yep, that was
nice.
That
T-shirts.
was one that we did for .NET Conf one year. Mm-hmm. That's right. Solar phone chargers for developers. Like, of all people that don't go outside.
That is it's a really good point.
It's for the developer whose phone goes outside,
but not them.
They stay in.
And t-shirts, yeah, t-shirts, always t-shirts.
They did a They did a Surface Pro, not a Surface Pro. It was just a Surface at Build the first year there was Surface. Yeti mug is always good. Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice.
But they gave all the employees the Surface that year too.
Yeah.
What year was this? I'm sorry.
This is, I don't know. It was like 17, 18. It was whatever year the older than that.
It was like 2010.
I mean, it couldn't have been that far back because I joined the company in 2012. I think it was 12 or 13.
Okay.
But yeah, no, the year they came out with the Surface RT was a great year to be an employee because they not only did they give all the employees a the Surface RT, which was the version of the Surface is locked down to Windows 8, right? It couldn't run like typical Windows apps because it was all ARM architecture. They hadn't done Windows on ARM yet. But they also subsidized new Windows phones for all the employees that year because that was when Windows Phone 8 came out.
Yeah.
I feel like every time there's like a big hardware giveaway that's not announced, I end up missing that conference. And I'm like, oh, seriously.
Come on, man. We've given out stress toys in the past.
Oh, nice.
So the .NET 8 race car. We were looking at doing a bath toy of the .NET bot in the submarine that you've seen on the various blog posts and that, and it's on the front page of .NET Conf.
Kind of like a rubber ducky type thing,
but a submarine with the .NET bot.
Got it.
And it didn't come together the way that we wanted. So.
Oh, here we go. This is timely. What about sequin blazers? Come on. Everyone should own one of those. No.
Sorry, we're full into crushed velvet now. Thank you. So blazers the sequins get caught on things and they ends up being a mess. And then people come up to you and they're like, ooh, and they want to flip over the sequins back and forth between black and purple. But not that I have any experience with that.
Stop touching me. I don't like it.
I wore that jacket to TwitchCon 2019. And there were so many IRL streamers that were walking around on the floor that there were people who watched me walk from one person's stream to the next person's stream because I was just wandering around the various conference booths.
And you didn't stand out at all, right? Like,
no. Jeez. Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. So, yeah, old folks like me and Jeff probably get this. So the most famous episode of WKRP in Cincinnati ever had to do. You've probably heard the punchline of I swear with God as my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. So that's pretty great. Turkeys for Cincinnati.
Yeah, that is pretty good. So I don't know how international that is, but yeah, that was a thing. So, and of course, there's going to be all kinds of hijinks during .NET Conf because, right, the MO of it is just like we're doing here. It's developers talking to developers. We want folks to feel confident and comfortable in having that very, very loose connection of, we've got a marketing bend to us, and we have things that we're supposed to promote, but we're letting folks be themselves and bring their own personality to show off and have a good time. Wow, look at this.
The Dutchie, this flies right over my head.
Yeah. Something programmable with embedded LEDs.
I'm not sure what that's in reference to.
Some swag.
Oh, swag. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. That reminds me of at Build this year. They had like the little gumball machines, and the gumball machines had like the keys, like for mechanical keyboards, and you could go around and collect them. That was actually really cool. I still have that in my backpack. So but those light up, and those are clickety clackety and fun.
So I can absolutely share this. We wanted to make .NET Conf keycaps for that.
Yes. I would love a C# keycap.
What key are you going to replace on your keyboard with a C# keycap?
Exactly. That's the.
I wanted to make an Azure A keycap.
Oh, there you go.
An F# keycap. Like, okay, I can keep going with this, and like, there we go.
C, obviously, it says. It's really
Fridge
magnets. Yeah.
No. Like, see, I have a problem with stickers because
these aren't stickers. Magnets are different, right?
Certainly, but if you give out stickers, like, where am I going to put stickers? Do I really want to put them on the front of my laptop? Like, there's only so many places you can put stickers there. Do I want to put it on the side of my PC? No, I've got this nice window so I can see what's going on inside my PC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's still
in defense of the humble sticker.
Yeah.
So every time I get a new laptop, it's a thing for me to dig out the conference sticker drawer and pick out which stickers go on it, right? I don't know if folks are familiar with Framework laptop, but it's a DIY maintainable laptop. That's my current build. I have a Framework 13, and I had a lot of fun going through my old sticker collection and decorating it when it came here a few months ago. And in fact, I dug up an old sticker for actually the first time I ever met Mr. David Pine there, when he was organizing Cream City Code in Milwaukee.
Yes.
I was a speaker and he was the like the chairman. What were you?
I was the primary organizer.
Yeah.
Oh. That was my baby for several years. Someone said here the F5 key, and Maddie was advocating for having that be the Aspire logo, because their whole goal with Aspire is you clone it in F5 and then Aspire starts it up.
That would also work for just like any Visual Studio.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
Okay, I can see that. I can totally see that. Like my current laptop is one of these.
How do you like that? I haven't. Oh, well, one of my kids has an older one that.
Time is that? Is that it?
This is a GPD.
Wow.
8-inch laptop.
Mm-hmm. So, you thought a netbook was small. This thing is pocketable.
This thing is tiny, and it's got 16 gig of RAM and a 0.5 terabyte drive space.
What?
Yes, and it runs .NET on it like a glove. It is amazing. So good. And I can just bounce stuff off of Copilot and GitHub code spaces, and I'm in good shape there also.
Wow.
My oldest son uses his he has Ubuntu on it, and he takes notes in college class.
Yes.
My only complaint with it would be, I guess the only way you can really type effectively on it is with your thumbs.
I'm okay with typing on the little keyboard, but that's why I got an external Bluetooth keyboard.
Yeah, that would do it.
Right? Not to mention, I have my...
And then if the screen's too small, then you get an external screen, and then you're bringing just this...
Well, I was just going to say that actually, David. Now, don't get me wrong. I dig that GPT. That GPT. I don't want to even call it a laptop. It's a palm top. I dig it, but by the time you go around with it and like your travel mouse and your Bluetooth keyboard, you may as well just run around with a Surface or a small laptop.
This is my travel external monitor, little Asus.
Okay.
And it's USB-C. I just plug it in, and I mean, it gives me, I don't even know what the resolution on this, but it's got touch screen and everything, and yeah.
Surly Dev is right. So what I hook up to that little laptop when I want extra screens and more display space.
So has that
headset up
now? So
Okay.
you can sell me one of those. Has it finally gotten like, in terms of like AR displays, has it finally gotten like legible enough that you can be productive? Because like some of the early like Windows MR headsets, I tried like, oh, I'm gonna have all kinds of screens and it's gonna be like Ghost in the Shell or whatever, and it just didn't work. Right, I couldn't see what I was doing. I ended up squinting. I had a headache. Is it any better now?
Yes, I use a tool called Immersed VR. And that so you can hook up directly into Windows 11 and do that. And they pull games where they change the resolution, so things get fuzzy when you look away from whatever screen is right in front of you. Immersed does not. Immersed also has a whole social media thing, so you can connect and have a room of other immersed users, and you're working on a whiteboard together, or you're sharing screens.
Yeah, my buddy, he works at Twilio and he does some traveling, and he says he loves using the VR because he's like, I get my two 24-inch monitors and my virtual keyboard. I'm like, I would not even imagine that that's like possible and that works. He's like, it's amazing. And he doesn't get headaches, and
I was in Portugal last week, and I was at the end of my day. I had retired to my room, put on the VR headset, and I literally worked 6 hours in VR on a couple of side projects and things, and it was fantastic.
So it's not like disorienting or like because you can get like, I don't know if maybe VR fatigue is a thing or not, but
it is.
It's a phrase I just made up now, thinking out loud.
It is a thing. Your eyes can be fatigued because you're looking at, if you're not looking at the high refresh rate. So the older headsets, to Cam's point, and he's spot on with it. The older headsets that were at 30 frames a second and lower resolution, they would wear on your eyes. Like if you could stick in the headset for more than an hour, you were a warrior. Like that's amazing. But these are high def lenses in the Meta Quest 3. You're getting a refresh rate about 75 to 90 hertz, and it doesn't feel like you're getting that fatigue on your eyes.
Nice.
Additionally, it's got a 110-degree field of view. So like you're seeing things in the peripheral it's pretty good about. Yeah, Surly Dev is right. Don't ask me about that. So it feels like an immersed experience, and you're wearing just a diving mask effectively, because you've got that little bit of shield that's right there on your eyes to keep the light out. So I'm a huge fan of working in VR.
And I mean, I guess the only disadvantage is if you're in a public space and people see you, because then you're that guy that's like just.
There was a guy sitting next to me on the plane to Seattle one time, and he's doing that with the VR headset on, and he's this, that, and the other. And I'm like, dude, you've got maybe 18 inches between you and the seat in front of you. What the hell are you doing? Like, come on. Like,
I always think it's really funny to watch. Like,
I like look creepy at all coming at you. The 3-eyed monster. Like, what the hell is this? Like, so I have a pair of Vitur sunglasses that I wear.
Yeah.
I can't do that one.
Yeah, no, they don't. So I have like the first gen version of those, and again, it's the same kind of problem. The resolution just isn't quite there, but it's really close.
Those the first generation, and I was told the X Reel is the same way. The first the even the latest X Reel that came out, the resolution is not quite there. But I will tell you, Cam, when last 2 weeks ago, when I was on a flight, I had them on and I was watching a baseball game, laying back on my seat, watching the baseball game and on landscape, and it was pretty good, connected up and doing the T-Mobile Wi-Fi experience on the plane. Pretty good stuff. Londo Spark is right. The VR headset, use it in the hotel, use it in the private workspace, because it looks weird. It does.
But those sunglass things, so I don't think they've ever like decided on an actual term for those. I've heard them called AR glasses, XR glasses, but they're sunglasses with little screens in them, and they are to me anyway, they're my favorite portable display I've ever had, because I mean, like, sitting anywhere, just plug it into your phone, you're watching Netflix, you're playing Xbox Game Pass, whatever.
Yeah, they're two prisms that are sitting there right in the middle of the lens, so that it's projecting down and then redirected into your eyes. It is pretty cool. It does remind me of Virtual Boy or the 13th Floor. Yes, I'm honestly, I think back, and it's been forever since I've read this book. I think back to Virtual Light, and I think that's kind of what the Meta sunglasses are doing. They're trying to get us to that virtual light type of AR device. It looks really, really cool. I'm not sold on the Meta Quest one yet, and the visor is the one that I'm pinning my hopes on, and seeing how that one turns out. And we'll see. They still haven't delivered on visor yet, and that's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah, Simon's asking, do the AR glasses make you less ill?
So in my case, I never. So I did experience a little motion sickness with VR, but no, the AR glasses have never done that for me. And I think it's because, I mean, like, if you're viewing something, you'll probably turn on the photochromatic tint and black everything else out.
Yep.
So you just have a screen. Like, it's basically like, I have a 75-inch screen in my den, and I sit about 8 feet away from it. And if I sit in my couch with my glasses on, my screen in my den perfectly lines up with my AR glasses. So it's a fair amount of your field of view.
Yeah.
I have not had any peripheral issues that would cause any kind of motion sickness, though.
I feel like you can kind of cheat, and because the sunglasses are a little bit lower on your eyes, you see the outside world a little bit around the sunglasses, and that's okay, right? But they don't have a very wide field of view. But it's like 45 to 51 degrees field of view, so it's very tunnel vision. Things aren't typically moving. It's typically a screen that's just hanging in front of you with that, versus VR, where they're trying to put things in that are moving and you're walking around in. And it's only three degrees of freedom on those glasses. You don't have that 6 degree of freedom where you're actually walking around and it's responding to you.
Yeah, I remember one time my soon-to-be 12-year-old was asking for like a set of goggles or VR glasses or something like that. So as a joke, being a sarcastic dad, I got him a pair of cardboard cutout glasses, and these are ultra realistic. Like, before I did the reveal, I'm like, they're ultra realistic. Like, you can't tell the difference between reality. To put these on, and he could see through them, obviously, and he's just like, I don't get it, Dad. They're not working. I'm just like, that's it. It's reality, man. You don't need glasses. How many VS windows can you get side by side on that TV?
I think that one's probably directed toward me. And I have never actually coded in my den. Like, my den is my sanctuary. That is for video gaming and movies and not work. So I actually don't know the answer to that. Here at my desk, I've got one of those. Not just like, what is it? Like, what's not the 21 by 9, but I've got a 32 by 9 monitor in front of me. I think it's a 42-inch.
Okay.
But that one I split into. I use what's that tool in Power Toys called? Fancy Zones.
Fancy Zones. Yeah.
Yeah, I use Fancy Zones. I've got like I don't know. I've got like
all sorts of zones,
14 different zones, like sized in different proportions, and I can go and drag a window to the border between two zones and have it span the zones.
Yeah, great stuff. But what you were saying though about your TV and the den, and that's kind of your sanctuary. One of the things that's been key, and that's been something that I've wanted to ensure with .NET Conf. See how we bring that around here, is that you can watch .NET Conf on that TV with the YouTube app. Like, no gate, there is no requirement to sign in. If you can go to youtube.com/.net, you can watch .NET Conf. And that was done on purpose because we want everybody everywhere to be able to watch this content. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, doesn't matter how much money you have. If you can get to YouTube, if you can get to Twitch, you can participate and be a part of .NET Conf. It's important that this content is accessible to everybody. And, you know, putting a sign-in page in front of events like that, while it's not in, any kind of financial requirement, there are folks that do get a little, they don't want to fill in and share that information all the time, and that's okay. That's fine. We want you to be able to learn and download and get your copy of .NET and be excited about what you can do with it too. So
that's awesome.
Catching up on chat here.
I've got the a 49-inch wrap, like the Odyssey curved monitor, and it's I like it. I like it a lot. They've got a 57 now, and I was like, I don't think I need a bigger one, because then it's just I mean, at what point?
At some point, you're getting into a cockpit, right?
I know.
That's what the VR headset is.
My kids are like, why don't you get two of them and stack them? I'm like, ooh, that's a good idea.
I have a friend that he's a day trader, and he's done that. He's got two 49-inch ultra wides that are stacked, and I'm like, that second one is really heavy. Like, they're heavy to start, but that's really heavy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are.
So I have the 43. So the 43-inch ultra wide, and yeah, when I got that, the 49 came out like 2 weeks later, and I kicked myself. But it's good enough.
Oh,
it's good enough.
JetBrains just did a .NET. Oh, oops, clicking. Just reading comments here. So Simon's saying that JetBrains did the same kind of .NET days online the other week. Great sessions on Aspire and clean architecture. Love it. Awesome.
Terrific. Right. And Aspire is a toolkit that's going to enable you to develop. And if you develop with good, clean architecture, that's great. If you develop with spaghetti code, that's okay too. .NET Aspire will enable your spaghetti code.
I love that you called it a toolkit, because we were debating internally here on the team, and I was arguing with some folks, namely Fowler, and I'm like, it's a toolkit. He's like, no, it's just a tool. I'm like, no, it's a kit. It's a toolkit.
It's multiple tools.
Right. There's more. Right. Thank you. Exactly. It's like, come on, man.
It's a dashboard. It's a series of libraries. Yep. It's a series of tools and plugins for your favorite editors.
CLI, like
it's a CLI. It's plugins for Copilot. It's should have been called plumbing. So, and I also, and David, fair. You've seen me refer to this. I refer to .NET Aspire as a tool to help your application system, not your distributed application, not your cloud native application, but your application system. Because when we're in IT and we're thinking about the website that we're going to deploy, all the folks in the business refer to that as the system. Oh, we're going to go use the whatever system, the accounting system, the order management system, and yeah.
Can we check off the square for Pine argues with Fowler, even though Fowler's not here?
That's a different show, my friend.
That's Aspire Fridays. But thank you for watching both.
That's right. So, you learned a bunch from .NET Conf, says Eric. Biggest problem is procrastination. Too many irons in the fire. Yes. I'm one of those people now that has like 6 domain names out there with projects that are in half-built states, and some of these folks have seen those projects on the live streams. Like, yes, these things are all hanging out there, and the question is, right, what is done with some of these projects? Like,
you were just telling us right before we went live how many half-finished projects you've got.
Yeah, and I started another one over the weekend.
I still have my I started like 3 years ago, and because you mentioned the barbecue grill, and
Yes.
you know that has been my favorite IoT project to date, and I was really looking for something else I could do, you know, IoT related that wasn't, you know, typical, you know, to deploy a sensor in the garage or whatever.
Sure.
So I thought, okay, I don't like the scoring system built into my air hockey table. So I'm like, I'm going to reverse engineer how the little photo eye works that senses when the puck goes across the line and scores. And I'm gonna come up with something nice and do like a Blazer front end, and we can have a little tablet right there on the air hockey table. Maybe we can make the lights go off or whatever when we score. I never got anywhere past. I reverse engineered the eyes, and I got them working, but that's as far as I ever got.
Donovan Brown did something like that, where he hooked up air hockey. He rebuilt an air hockey scoring system, because he's a professional air hockey player. I didn't know that was a thing until I met Donovan.
Yep.
And that's a thing.
And he is really good too. It's not like you're just like, oh, does he get lucky? No,
he's ridiculously good. But he wrote something. I don't know if it launched an Azure DevOps pipeline when you scored or something. But there's a Donovan Brown thing out there about air hockey or something that he did do something with automating his air hockey, one of his air hockey tables, because he's got several. Catching up on
Simon's saying we could do like a LED display. So that's actually I actually did. Yeah, David Pine has it. I still have it in my desk. I got a case. It's for a so this tells you how old it is. It's for a Raspberry Pi 3.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is right there. It has a little LCD touchscreen.
I've seen that.
And I never even wrote mine. I've got it, and you know, it's one of these things where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy this. It's got all the ports and everything. I got the little stylus and everything, and there's not even anything on here that I wrote because time is. I bought it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna totally do this. I'm like, ah.
So as the furthest I went into IoT was I have a Raspberry Pi that's sitting in my basement with a camera pointed at my oil tank, and it has a light on a USB. It's a USB light that's plugged in, so I just control the power to the USB port. And once every 6 hours, it turns on the light, turns on a camera, takes a picture, and then uploads the picture of the gauge on my oil tank to Azure, and then it OCRs it, and it tells me here's how much oil is left in the tank.
That's awesome. Amazing. That's actually, so there's actually a few projects in the home automation community that do that exact thing for like monitoring like your water usage. Like they'll put like a little camera, and they'll 3D print like an adapter to hold the camera on top of your water meter that will just watch the gauge on the water meter and give you real-time water usage data.
Yeah, I think the first time I did anything with IoT was I got a Raspberry Pi, and I actually wrote a magic mirror in .NET. And this was back in 2016, and it was Windows, believe it or not. And I was doing cognitive services like facial recognition, and I did speech recognition and stuff. But this is like before, like I was doing like manual speech stuff. And like, if you saw the code now, you'd be like, oh, just use
So was that actual Windows, or was that Windows IoT Core? Windows IoT Core. Yep. See, so that's one of the most misunderstood things about .NET in IoT context is people think you have to have Windows IoT Core. Actually, that's the harder way to go. The easiest way to go is just on whatever version of Linux you're running on your Raspberry Pi.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go.
I still have a Raspberry Pi tower on the other side of my office here that has Kubernetes installed on it so that you can run all the .NET things. I want to catch up on a couple of comments here in chat. I like Lundo Sparks' comment there. Should we have a week where we dedicate to progressing half-done projects? That's my December, my friend. December, I'm going to be working on all kinds of half-done projects that I want to ship. There's like 4 websites in my head here that I want to get running in December. Like, yes, I am right there with you. So, awesome. Jose, with a question here about the .NET Conf schedule, where there'll be a broadcast from Asia and Oceania running through the night. No, we will not be doing that this year because, quite frankly, here's the deal. And Cam and David have seen how frantic we are right now. Conference season this year is a little bananas. It's a lot bananas because there are 7 tier 1 events that there are Microsoft folks speaking at between October and November. And quite frankly, we looked at 12 hours overnight and said, do we really need that much more content? Like, here's the deal, right? Between we did Dev Intersection 2 weeks ago. We did Azure Dev Summit last week. NDC Porto is going on this week. GitHub Universe is next week.
Yep.
.NET Conf is the second week of November. Ignite is the week after November. So is VS Live.
Wow.
There's plenty of space for you to get content, and these folks are going to be posting recordings from their events online. There are a number of pre-recorded sessions from .NET Conf that we will publish, and you will be able to watch overnight. Overnight in quotes here for folks in the Pacific time zone, because that's where we're broadcasting from. So those sessions will be available that you'll be able to watch. It's not going to make up a full 12 hours until we come back online, because I did put a stake in the ground and say, I don't want to do just an 8-hour day 3. I'm going to do 12 hours. So we are starting at 8 a.m. Eastern, which is great for me on the East Coast, but we're going to be in the Pacific Coast. And they said, what do you mean you're going to start at 5 a.m.? Yes. We're going to go 5 a.m. to 5 p.m., 12 hours Pacific time, which should get the edges of folks watching from Asian, Oceania time zones.
And then is it fair to say that most content will be on demand then after the fact, like pushed up?
All of the content will be on demand after it. Yes. We're trying to make sure that content that is delivered on day 1 is available by the end of the week. So we're working on that.
And a serious question here. Is that seasonal schedule too much at this point?
I'm not the person to answer that. That's our marketing department who decided to schedule all of these things and say, pack your bag, Fritz, you're going traveling. I can tell you what Mrs. C# Fritz thinks of that. But I'm not allowed to say that online.
Well, if nothing else, that means our audience, who are all avid .NET content consumers, will be eating good in December.
Oh my goodness, yes.
We're
going to have a great time in December. Let me tell you, there's going to be so much pre-recorded content for you to catch up on. But I also look at December as a great time coming off of .NET Conf to kind of reflect on, here's the new things that have happened. Let's go try it out. And to a little bit of what Lundo Spark was saying, we've got how many half-done projects? Let's go upgrade some of those things, try out some new features. And honestly, I've been throwing comments into GitHub Copilot about, hey, I'm working on this project. I'm about halfway done. Take a look. Tell me what I can work on next. And some of the things that it suggests, and even starts suggesting some code for me to add, because I put it in ask mode. I don't want to tell it to go write something right away. But hey, look at the last couple commits. What should I do with this? And it starts suggesting some things. 9 times out of 10, it jogs my mind, and it's like, wait a sec, there's something cool here. And I'll dive in and spend an hour or two just iterating on it. And then I try to leave my sessions working on vibe coding like that with, hey, Copilot agent, give me a prompt that I can create an issue with on Copilot and assign to the agent up there, so that while I'm off getting lunch, going into my next meeting, whatever it is, you're working on something, and then I can come back and pick up and continue working later. So, while I'm off at this college football game, you go figure this thing out. I'm going to go enjoy the game, and I'm going to come back hopefully happy and in the right state of mind to be able to continue working on this.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been using the Copilot built into GitHub, and like the agent panel where you can drop it down and like assign it to, you can target specific branches and just like step away and come back and review it later. It is incredible, the depth and like thought process and iterating and all that stuff. It's really cool.
I've been doing a lot of Claude in my new job, and
big fan of Claude.
I delegate so much to Claude, and the way Claude works, and I imagine that Copilot does this as well. It works best if you tell it up front, hey, let's make a plan. Don't just go do this. Yes. Let's make a plan to do this. And then we talk about the plan. We work through the plan, and then go do it. And generally it delivers on what we've talked about.
What's the meme from the guy from Legends of Tomorrow? Write the plan, stick to the plan, throw out the plan, and start all over again. Like, but that's what we do. And I love it. And Cam, I'm right there with you. I'll tell Copilot to write a plan, and I'll tweak and tune it. And I especially like to do it with voice integration. Put me into, right? Put me into dictation mode, right? Because when I don't have to think about what I'm typing and I can just kind of, talk through it, I feel like I get more quality interaction from Copilot. And it makes it easier for me to argue with it too.
I've often thought about doing that, but I find that when I turn on the mic, what happens is I start overthinking the words and the sentence structure that I'm using, and I can't express what I'm trying to say. That, like, if I were to sit down and just like type it out where I could revise, no, that's not the word I want. Let's backspace. Let's use a different word. But when I'm speaking, I find that, I'm on the record, and it creates like this certain expectation that I'm going to get it right the first time. And it makes it more difficult for me.
But what I've experienced and where I'm learning, right, is that the AI is non-deterministic. So I don't expect it to be perfect the first time. Get me 60% there, and then I can provide that feedback and get it 80% there, and so on and so forth. Yeah, you've got to be able to talk as if you're talking to a person. So I keep using the phrase, you need to talk to the AI like you're talking to a 7-year-old. I want you to go upstairs, get ready for bed, put on pajamas, wash your hands, go to the bathroom, not in that order. Choose a book that we're going to read before you go to sleep. Right? Like,
it's like wash hands, done. Go to the restroom. Wait a second.
Yeah. That's not and then there's the kids that you have to tell them, wash your hands with soap
and running water for X amount of time. Oh, cool.
Well, on that note, we're at time.
Yes.
Jeff, would you like to leave our audience with any final thoughts on the run up to .NET Conf?
Write good code, even if it's bad code. Write code, enjoy it, talk to the AI. It's free to use, and get feedback on it. Make sure you tune in to .NET Conf, November 11th, 12th, and 13th. We've got an education day that's in there as well. I believe that's on the 14th. You'll be able to tune in. We've got a full day of content for folks that are early in their career and want to learn how to grow and do more with .NET. And of course, tune in, check me out on Twitch. You can find me at the Twitch TV, C# Fritz. Can I humble brag that Thursday I'm going to be on the front page of Twitch.
Do it.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
So
Congratulations on
Thursday
that. It's been really fun. I think not only to watch you and learn from you as we have on our stream, but to watch as you grow your stream and like the excitement that you've had around that community is just been contagious. And I know we certainly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. That is very kind. Yeah. I've got a couple things up my sleeves that we're going to be doing over the next few months that I'm hoping to land will be a lot of fun on stream.
Awesome.
So
awesome. Glad to hear it. All right. So we are at time. I want to thank our audience for hanging out with us this past hour. I want to thank our guest, Jeff Fritz, and hope we see him again. Make sure you are checking out .NET Conf. It's going to be an amazing conference this year, as always. Check out more .NET community and other streams at .net/live. And with that, I want to wish everybody a productive day in light of the fact that half the internet is down. And I wish our colleagues at AWS, I just want to know I'm with you guys in solidarity. I have carried the pager. That is never a low stress time. So good luck, friends. And with that, bye.
Bye.
see ya.